We have one more review for the month, and it's for the week of Halloween, so why not do one more horror film review? One which kind of gets into some of the criticisms I have of Mother of Tears, although it's a film from a very different director, but one they made not too far after, and on a lower budget for that matter. I'm taking a look this time at the 2010 horror film Beyond the Black Rainbow. When I reviewed Mother of Tears, and I got into the film's visuals and how utterly disappointing they were compared to the look and feel that the film had compared to the other two films in the Three Mothers trilogy, I wondered if the issue was due to budgetary concerns or technical issues. Well, Beyond the Black Rainbow gives me something of an answer to that question. It's a film that came out 3 years after Mother of Tears did. It's shot on 35mm, and it appears to have a lower budget, though I don't have exact numbers, and it has stronger visuals to it than Mother of Tears does. The film is set in the early 80s in the Arboria Institute, a New Age research facility that started out on trying to discover ways to expand consciousness, only something happened in the intervening years, something which the film gets into. And I don't want to spoil, because this is a film that very much can be spoiled. The head, and possibly only researcher as of this time, is Dr. Barry Nile, who we follow as one of the two audience perspective characters in the film. And he is experimenting on a girl with possible psychic powers, Elena, our other audience perspective character. Without giving too much away, again, this is a film that can be spoiled, Nile has a very malicious intent for Elena, and has undergone some experiments on himself that have definitely changed him mentally and physically, and which may also have augmented Elena's abilities as well. The climax of the film is an escape sequence somewhat on par with THX 1138. I say somewhat on par because actually the scope of the escape sequence in THX is a fairly big scene, even if it's done on a fairly low budget. This is much more confined and claustrophobic than the pursuit and escape scenes from THX 1138. Additionally, fans of Stranger Things, if you watch this sequence, may see some common traits between Elle and Elena in terms of their backgrounds and that sort of thing. But their backstories are certainly not identical by any means, and also the Duffer Brothers have cited Elfin Lied and Akira as their primary inspirations for the character, as opposed to this film. But by the time I reached the end of the film, I definitely started seeing certain common elements between the two characters. As far as the tone and pace of the film itself, this is a slower paced film, and in some respects, it's something of a bottle film. I compare it to movies like Phase 4, where the setting is heavily contained, the cast is kept small, and the pace is kept slow with sudden spikes of violence and increasing intensity as the film goes on and the menace builds. All of that said, Beyond the Black Rainbow is a slower-paced, atmospheric film, and if that sort of slow burn, atmospheric 70s sci-fi horror is a potent sleep aid for you, and you prefer your action quicker, punchier, more graphically violent, this movie is not going to be your speed. Still, this movie does make very clear that Argento absolutely could have made a movie with the atmosphere and level of visual punch as the other two installments of the Three Mothers series. So if you like this kind of atmospheric horror, or if you just like atmospheric horror in general, particularly that 70s style, definitely check this out. If you want something punchier than Beyond the Black Rainbow, I'd recommend checking out Mandy from the same director, though that film is a review for another time. As always, I will have links to where you can pick up the film in the show notes below. Getting anything through those links helps to support the show. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Toss me a few bucks also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.